Good morning. It's a beautiful Saturday morning in the garden. It's going to be a hot one. It is the 2nd of July today, and I wanted to do a quick video on pruning suckers and topping plants. I talk about that a lot in my blogs and just wanted to describe what that is. So let's look at this plant right here. This is in a small pot. It's an Indian stripe. And first of all, let's talk about suckers. So if we look at the main stem of the plant, which is the one coming out of the pot here, I've actually already let one sucker develop. Let's turn this a bit, and if you'll see right here where there's a V, so a sucker there was allowed to develop. If we look below that joint, here's a perfect example. So we've got the main stem here, and then we've got the foliage that comes out, just leaves. And at a 45-degree angle, you'll see there's a new stem that's emerged. This will be another one of these main fruiting stems, but I don't want that to develop. That's called a side shoot or a sucker, and actually it's just a stem that will produce fruit. It doesn't sap energy from the plant or anything like that. It just makes the plant bushier and potentially more productive if you can deal with all of the growth. So I'm going to prune this off, and I'm just going to take this and snip it. If we're at the junction of the main stem, and you see where the leaves are, that's where it came off. Now, if this were a longer sucker, I could actually root this and essentially clone this plant. It will root very quickly in water and produce another tomato plant. So that's all it means when someone says pruning off the suckers. It means snipping off the side shoots that emerge at a 45-degree angle between the leaves and the main stem. Now this plant has set fruit, and let's say that I wanted to top this plant so that it doesn't get any taller. And what I'll do is I'll top this main stem here. So I'm going to remove this little baby sucker in here. You'll see the main stem is coming up. It's putting out some flowers here. I don't want that to grow any taller. So this is where the main stem comes off. I'm going to leave this foliage for a little bit of shielding from the sun, and I'm just going to snip it right there. So this main stem has now been topped and won't grow any taller than where that is. And again, I didn't leave much on this, but if I were to have left this longer, this could be rooted as well. So that's all that's involved in suckering and topping. And if we go over to my extreme prune small pot indeterminates, we can do a little check to see if it's being, I want to remove all of the side shoots except for 2 stems. So here's another side shoot or sucker emerging here. All of these have been removed. As you'll see, this plant has been topped right here. And if you look at this main stem going up, the plant has been topped right here. So that's as tall as that will get, and that's all that's involved in suckering. That's it. So let's just talk for a few minutes about why you would want to sucker and prune a plant to top it the way I did. So this gets into whether you cage or whether you stake or whether you let sprawl. And one of the things about suckering a plant is it limits the bushiness of it. So you can decide whether you want to limit it to 1, 2, or 3 main stems. You would then remove all of the suckers that you see emerging up however many number of stems you want. That will help you with the width of the plant and the ease of ability to tie it to a stake. As far as topping, you may not want it to get to the top of an 8 or 7 or 6 foot stake and then start coming over. So you may choose to limit the growth to however many feet that your plant, that your stake is. And really that's the main reason. Some people think that taking the suckers off lead to bigger fruit. I'm not sure about that. And some people think that leaving more suckers on, if you cage, will lead to more fruit, and that's possible. What you want to think about is, especially in a case where you're not getting good fruit set, if you're topping a plant and you're taking all the suckers off, there will be no more flowers that set along that main stem. So sometimes leaving suckers and additional side shoots hedges your bet against poor fruit set. That's it.